you've got enough money. And I'm not even joking. You really can.
Yeah.
It's a wonder Elon Musk hasn't bought one. But
he built one.
Yeah, but, anyway. Look, police followed up on the call because they were a little alarmed because it was a Russian tank, and we know Poland's history with Russia. So they were onto that pretty quick smart, I would assume. Anyway, they found the vehicle at the side of the road through the town. Now, they found the tank's occupants, 2 men, one of whom which was a drunken 48-year-old, and the one responsible for hitting the road in the tank. Now, it gets better. He was, in fact, licensed to drive the tank.
What? He had a license to drive?
Well, at least in the extent he was supposed to be responsible for getting onto it, getting it on and off the trailer, which had been moving it around.
Right.
So he had a parking permit, basically, for the tank.
So he's gotten all tanked up.
I see what you did there.
Do you reckon, like, in Grand Theft Auto 3 when you really piss the coppers off and it's 5 stars flashing,
yep.
And then they send the army tanks in, and you, like, commandeer the tank, right? Like some Hawaiian shirt assholes ditching you out of your tank. Mind you, though, they had side entrance doors into this thing, which doesn't make sense at all.
In the tank?
In the tank. It just looked weird on Grand Theft Auto.
That one, yeah.
And then you just go on a spree.
Yep.
And you just go as long as you can because any car that hits you immediately explodes.
Yeah, and the bullets bounce off it, so they can't blow it up.
That's right. That's exactly right. They can only stop you somehow and get you out of the tank. I mean,
I think it's the FBI guys with the rocket launcher that finally brings you down.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I've owned pretty much nearly every Grand Theft Auto game. I've never finished one of them because I just get... Like, I'll do a mission and I'll go away and something else will come out and I'll play that and I've got to come back. And I do drink in the middle. And what happens is that I just get so amazingly into the fact that I wonder if I could hit this and how far the car will go.
Yep.
And you just you just get bored. Like, I've done that mission. Now I might just walk down the street and punch people in the head. It's great. It's so good. And it's a great release if you've had a shit day at work.
Yep.
Come home, flick on GTA 5, go to Shoot Fest.
Thump.
I love the cheat, and sorry, we'll come back to the tank in a minute. The cheat on GTA 5 where you can do ultra jumps.
Right.
So it's sort of like the jump program in the Matrix, in Matrix 1. You can get away from cops so well. You can jump and hide on buildings and all that kind of thing.
Now, my favourite was in Grand Theft Auto 4. There was a set of swings in a playground, and if you went over to them and did the right move with, what was his name, Nico, the swings would fling you all the way across the map. And you could, as you were flying, you could steer.
Oh, really?
And my game was to get, back up to the swing and then crouch and then hit run and you go woof across the map and then you'd aim yourself for the biggest building you could find and then just whamp. Anyway,
then you would die.
Yep.
Okay, so police, they were safe to say that it was not authorised to take this on a tour through the town, I would imagine as.
I don't think so. Even much less pissed as a newt. So they weren't able to get the tank back on its trailer after they had sort of gotten it off the 2 piss blows. And by the time...
Hang on a minute, I think you missed a word there, Az. You said the tank back onto its trailer.
Yeah.
I'm reading over your shoulder. It says uninsured tank.
Oh, uninsured tank. Realistically, what are you going to insure a tank against? World War III?
Well, they'll come up with better tanks, though, I would imagine.
Yeah, I suppose so. Anyway, so the tank, not only was it uninsured, they couldn't get it back onto its trailer.
Look, I think we should hear some audio. I think there is some actual audio of this. So let's see if we can get this happening for us, okay?
All right, this will be good.
Not that.
Oh, this
is off Hot News 24.
A man and his friend were driving a T-55 tank along the streets of a small Polish town of Pagechno. Earlier, the tank belonged to Poland's armed forces. The local police was informed of the situation at 21:40 on Thursday evening. A few minutes later, the officers stopped the military vehicle on Mikovic Street, Pagechno reports.
They stopped it. So did they just put their hand up and go, righto, boys, enough's enough? That officer, as soon as you heard that, like, the cranks moving the gun, I'd be out of there.
You'd be gone.
I'd
You'd be out,
totally out of there.
The 49-year-old tankman was intoxicated. As it turned out, after being repaired, The tank was to be transported on the special platform, but its owner invited his acquaintance to have an unusual ride. The driver was detained. He spent a night in the police station. Now the man will be questioned and charged right after he's sobered up. He is facing 2 years in prison for driving under influence and even up to 8 years for creating risk of road traffic disaster.
Worth it.
The people of Pagechno town of Poland were both startled when they suddenly saw an odd T-55 main battle tank running around the town, making many people think that they were being invaded by foreign armed forces.
Oh, not again.
This is an extremely rare and humorous incident.
Yeah, listen to the enjoyment in her voice.
It's Alexa narrating this.
Showing that the prohibition against drinking alcohol when driving vehicles is not limited to ordinary civilian vehicles, but
what a great advertisement, though. If you drink and drive, you're a bloody idiot. I reckon in this situation... Well, hang on, I'll come back to that.
Also includes tanks.
So what's the old adage? If you drink then drive, you're a bloody idiot. I reckon if you drink and drive a tank, you're a legend.
Loose talk, even looser opinions. The Burble.
I have to finish this podcast, and this is another story. I was in one of the shops in the shopping centre the other day. This particular store sells music and DVDs and Blu-ray and Ultra 4K and vinyl and all that kind of play. You know what I mean? And I just popped in there. Now, I used to go in there all the time because it was the only one that we had, and then another, and people wised up and they got better at doing music and home audio and stuff like that, right? So anyway, this guy, I've never seen him before. Never, ever seen him. I think he must have been the regional one-up manager because I know all the people that work there.
Right.
Comes up to me and says, "Hello, sir, how you going?" And I went, and I'm looking at him like, "Why are you asking?" And I went, "Yeah, good." And I kept looking at me that way, and I'm like, "Yeah, good." Like I didn't understand what he wanted. Are you looking for anything in particular? And I said, "No, I'm just looking." And he goes, "Okay, well, if you're looking for something," and I said, "But I'm not looking for something. I'm just looking." And then I did, and then he kept going. Now I'd already sort of used my face, to say, "I have no more interest in conversing with you at all." He didn't get the deadpan expression that is very famous with me. Okay, which is this, right?
It was very panty and dead.
You would have thought, nah, that might have been a bit rude. This is what I did, ready?
Usually why I don't go shopping with you anymore.
This is what I did. I'll tell
Here we go.
So he kept talking. I turned away and I went,
"Oh, you didn't?"
I did.
You did the buzz off?
I did a double buzz off. Like I just went, "Go away."
Oh, wow.
Like,
how'd that go down?
He walked away.
Of course he would.
Couldn't believe it.
He wouldn't know what to do.
I could not believe it. Now, a couple of weeks ago, as well, this is some learnings from 2 weeks ago. We were talking about using your inside car voice in your head when you're pushing the trolley at the supermarket, because you said that there is a method that has to go on at the supermarket. There's a way you go.
Yes.
But people don't listen. No. Do you know what really irks me as well? Here's another thing about the super. As much as we slag off the supermarkets, I think I defend them in some parts, and I think you do too.
Well, do you know what like food.
Do you know what gives me the shits when
people
enter the supermarket through the checkouts?
That does shit me.
That shits me.
But you know what?
They've worked on the scientific way that they're going to make you shop is to go in through the entrance, buddy.
Yeah. And a lot of the times at our local Emporium, the big one, where the self-help checkouts are, right? Mm-hmm. And you know how it's really wide lane, so you can get your 4 strollers and your doll check through there, right?
Yep.
So anyway, a lot of the time you go and it's right on the walkway going down to the shopping, through the shopping centre. So you are on a dead set collision course with the self-help checkouts when you go out. So you think to yourself, I'll just take a little shortcut through the checkouts.
I'll deviate.
I won't go through down near the trolleys and go through the fresh produce. I'll just go straight in.
Mm-hmm.
I got door bitched from there the other day.
You got what?
Door bitched.
What do you mean? Go back out?
Yeah, so the employee that was there checking bags and making sure I wasn't coding avocados as carrots.
Yeah.
I went to walk in. She goes, "No, sir, the entrance is down there." I went, "Oh, okay."
So hang on a minute. You were saying that shit's a bit...
Oh, look, I only wanted literally toothpaste.
Look, mate, practice what you preach, Israel. Dead set.
Easy. Don't say things you can't take back. I'll start a GoFundMe against you.
Thebirbal.com.au is where you can find all of our podcasts. They're all there if you want to listen to it on the website, but you can also subscribe at Apple Podcasts, and we really love you to subscribe and hit that button so you'll get notifications of each and every podcast. We're also on Spotify ads, on YouTube as well. We're on CastBox and Google Podcasts.
Now, did you mention iHeartRadio?
iHeartRadio, yes, we are on iHeartRadio across the continental United States. So if you've got the iHeartRadio app, you can find The Burble. That's where you can listen to us. And, of course, you can find us on the web, as I said, burble.com.au, Facebook, The Burble AU, and Twitter as well, The Burble AU. Now, we're looking for your suggestions for things that you want to come back for fast food restaurants, what you'd like to see return. I would love the return of the Mac Tonight commercials. Remember that?
Oh, the big singing moon.
The big singing moon with the grand piano. It was Mac Tonight. Yeah, he didn't say why it was Mac Tonight. Maybe Mac should just come back and go, we were a little bit frivolous with our theming and stuff for the commercial back in the 80s and 90s. What it really meant was, we know that you work 7 jobs to uphold 3 kids, send them to school and all that kind of thing, and you can't be bothered cooking. So, hey, it's Mac Tonight.
Yeah, well, it's probably going to be a gritty reboot because that's what everything is these days.
Do you know what? And not to actually pick on McDonald's, is that, going to McDonald's when you were a kid was like an event.
Yeah.
It was like a special treat. Now you just don't want to go to McDonald's.
It's just like, Mum's had a shit, don't work again. Looks like we're getting McDonald's.
No. It's people begging for change out the front. There's some drunk bastard sitting in there like he's right near the counter and everyone's keeping a wide berth from him, all that kind of thing. People are too scared just to say, sir, can you just off? I'm Benny.
I'm Az.
We'll be back next week.
That's if the lawyers don't get involved.
Is it over yet?
The answer is yes.
Oh, thank God for that. Hit us up on the socials and check us out at thebirbal.com.au. And don't forget to subscribe and share us with all your mates.
Thank you for sharing.
And here's the good news. They're back next week. Really? That's good news?
It's great news.
Here's the taste.
Hi, I'm Israel Folau, and a lot of you believe that I hate gays, which isn't true. I just hate what they stand for, which is homosexuality. What I don't hate, however, is money, specifically your money. I need your money to help me pay my legal fees so I can fight this injustice and get me back on the field to be paid excessive amounts of money to chase a ball around and aggressively hug grown men. I could use my own money, but like my mentor Brian Tamaki told me, why spend your money when you can manipulate people into giving you theirs? Thank you.
Dickhead.